But I think it's important to stay consistent when you back there to do it. I think the energy is part of what I'm calling on too. Is the energy is very consistent, and I think that's important.
Okay. Mike, you talk a lot about
Hi, Mike. We are waiting, yes, we are waiting for me and Prime Time. We're getting a VIP guided tour of the Star. Right now, you got Mike McCarthy in his live press conference right now that we're watching. There you go. There you go, Mike. Mike's above me. It's literally, I've done the Star Tour before. It's kind of cool. It's about like 40 minutes. It's a guided tour. Oh, there he is. There he is. I don't know if you can see the indoor field in there. No Cowboys on it. It just started raining here. So today is Thursday, so they're definitely in the building. I know Tuesdays is their day off. So I know there's no video allowed in the Star. So try and add some photos. I'll make you guys something. I will try and do some video if I can, but I don't believe that there's any video allowed. I know at least not in the important areas. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're looking forward to it. Phil's excited. Phil's feeling better. We got Phil fixed up, so he's feeling a lot better. So talk to you soon. Later. Well. We just got done the tour of that thing, the Star. I did it. We were actually, me, Mark, and the crew, when we came down to, here, let me get a good view. When we came down to, yeah, I can sit here. There we go. When we came down to do Stuart Morrison's house, we went and did his last dying wish a couple of years ago. We did a tour of the Star. We were the first tour after the pandemic. It wasn't even a scheduled tour. Dak's uncle basically comped the whole tour for me, Mark, and about 8 others. Randy Stites, his son, the whole crew that came down. So it was a cool tour. That was in June, so there was only Michael Gallup was the only one who was not here. I mean, Michael Gallup was the only one that was here coming off his ACL. And so he was the only one that was here working out. We couldn't go in the locker room. Obviously, we weren't able to go into the locker room or onto the Ford field because players were actually practicing. So we were right on the other side of the glass. We weren't allowed to film at all, obviously. We did, I have most of the pictures from inside the Star, so it was cool. But we were not allowed to film, obviously, the practice. We saw them all. We saw Micah practicing. Very cool. Micah looks decent. It's kind of hard to tell. They did have pads on. I expect Micah to play. Not sure about Bland. Still waiting to hear. I'm hoping Bland can play. That would be fantastic. Eagles and now are listed as a 7-point favorite. And there's a good reason why. Is because we're banged up. We are a banged up football team. We have our backup quarterback. We're a mess right now. I still think we're going to come out the gate strong, but we have plenty of time to talk about the game now. Circling back, Vinny Hagan, circling back to the Star Tour, it was very cool. We started at a different spot. We actually started, normally you would go in down there, you would enter there and go right through Ford Field, but we went through the Miller Lite shop, right next door to a Cowboys Fit. That's where we went through. We kind of did the tour backwards as we did before, but it was really neat because we got to Everson Walls walked right by me. They tell us not to talk, but I gave him a nod. Everson, all the media people that I know. Jesse Holly was the best. We walked by the media. Jesse Holly was doing his show in the podcast room, and he stood up. If you go to DallasCowboys.com, I forget which one he's on. I think it's Hanging with the Boys. Go check out Hanging with the Boys. When he starts talking, you might see me walk by because I was pointing at him, and he was like, "Stop pounding on the glass!" Stop. He was hysterical. So Jesse Holly. I saw Nick Eatman there. Everybody was there. Ed Werder was standing right next to me. I wish I could have had the camera out. It was just cool. All the players were out on the field. It was cool. And then a practice ended, and then they came in, so we had to be shuffled around. But it was good times. We said hello to Patrick No-C Walker. Nate Newton walked right up to me and behind me, and he was, while we were doing the tour, and they say not to talk to people. Nate had a smile on his face. So I looked at Nate and I said, "Here comes trouble." And he started laughing, and he said, "Well, I could tell you," because they were talking about the catch. If you ever come on the Star Tour, you go by where they have each part of Drew Pearson's catch against the Minnesota Vikings. And he said, "I could give you more information on that catch, but you're going to have to pay me." He was laughing. Nate Newton's the best. He was the best. So yeah, it was a very neat, different experience this time in season than it was the first time we came after the pandemic. We didn't have as much access, but it was better, if that makes any sense. We were rubbing elbows with everybody. I saw Embar Garcia, I saw Nick Eatman, I saw Nick Harris, I saw Patrick No-C. I talked to Everson Walls, I talked to, you're not supposed to, but a little nod, Nate Newton, looking out the glass. I was watching everybody in practice, and Zeke wears a Guardian helmet in practice. Dalvin Cook wears a Guardian helmet in practice. Very, very cool. What it would be to have a job here. I'm not the intimidated type. I was trying to keep my mouth shut, but I seemed to be the one that was, when they were talking, asking questions, I was allowing people to answer the questions before, but I didn't want him to think that I didn't know, so I would answer most of the questions. I wasn't like Randy Stites though, but Randy was the machine a couple years ago. But I definitely advise, if you ever come to the Star, I think it's $25 for the VIP guided tour. It's definitely well worth it. I would advise coming during the season. It's more exciting. You won't get to go into the locker room, but we didn't get to go in the locker room before, so that's fine. We didn't get to go on Ford Field, but you're literally walking you're walking in Ford Field, just not on the field. They were right in front of us practicing, so it was really neat. Don't know what my plan is for right now. Here's some of this, the sounds of everything. There's the pool. It did pour down rain. We actually got stuck after the tour was over. Where the atrium is, there's one side that's all Dallas Cowboys, and the other side is they rent out the offices. We got to look at Darren Woodson's office. He has his business, his office is right there at the Star. We got to look at Kelly Finglas's office, Jerry Jones's office. We didn't get to go in it, but we were right there. They pointed it out. We saw Will McClay walk right by us. Phil was like, "Will." No, he wasn't, but he said, "Will McClay." So it's just cool. But Jesse Holly was the best. So go check out Hanging with the Boys, and you'll see us at some point during I don't know at what point, but they all stopped, and it was cool. So I didn't want to hang there too long because they tell you to keep it moving. But great time. Tour of the Star is the best. I even advise non-Cowboy fans to do it. It's a blast. I've been in the side, the NovaCare. I've seen it. So even if you're not a fan of the team, it's still cool to learn the history. You know, long history. I do know that the Philadelphia Eagles were they were the second team to actually put a logo on a helmet. I did not know that, so that was a fact for my Eagle fans. But yeah, just very neat. Phil had a blast. I'm glad. It was different than what I did before. Even though we saw the same stuff, different a person doing the tour. It was just a blast. We're gonna go out to eat tonight. I just don't know where we're going, but we're definitely gonna go out to eat, and I'm gonna try and do a live stream. So depending, you know, me, I'll do what I can. I'm not gonna do it if it's gonna be copyrighted though. So yes, I'm not gonna keep this video too long. Tour of the Star, I did buy some merch. I bought the fans some stuff. I bought me a few things. I can't help it. But yes, Mark Holmes comes in tomorrow. He comes in tomorrow about 11, I guess his flight comes in. He's gonna rent a car and head to Frisco. So that's awesome. Because that will work out fine because we check out of here and we can hang out and then I'll go back with Mark to Arlington. So that sounds like a plan. I will talk to everybody later. Make sure you have your bell notifications on. I would appreciate that. That way, because like when I go live later, it won't be a long notice. So just make sure you have your bell notifications on. Always and forever, we still them boys. Remember that. -7 or not, we're gonna try our best to send the birds home with an L. A lot of shit talking going on. A lot of Eagle fans I expect to be here. I don't see any now, but I'm sure they're coming. But it's a stacked deck, people. Look at the big picture. All right, late.
All right, folks.